Good morning. I'm Tim. This is 11:27 a.m. on Sunday, 11/9/2014. I'm Tim. This is my ramblings, my thoughts, maybe a little bit of wisdom, and my story. Uh, been on hospice for a few weeks now. Woody graduated and returned home, I think around the 22nd or maybe the 25th. And Gary collected his ashes on Friday or Thursday. So I guess he went riding around with Gary for a couple of days. But like they say, they enjoy car rides. So uh, we're having a party on the 22nd of November. And I'd like everybody to be there that knew Woody and tell your stories and share your thoughts and things because he always enjoyed parties. Terry's been asking me to help her write something. And I've been trying to do it in a gentle way. And I told her, I said, I don't think I'm going to make it to Thanksgiving. And she said that she had a dream last night that I had left before even the 22nd. So not sure what's going to go on. But yesterday was the first day that her and I were alone. We had a chance to be together. Um, went to Costco in the morning and got some things and come back home. And I sat in the chair and smoked a couple bowls and relaxed. And she went and washed the car or Explorer, washed it and did a little bit of running around and came back. I got hair sticking in my way and I'm going to the other screen so I don't have to stare at me. Then I get back to where my thoughts were. Oh, she washed the car and she came back and picked me up. And we went to her cousin's 80th birthday party. And I didn't know, but a few people there. And she saw her Aunt Mary and Uncle Leslie, or Aunt June and Uncle Leslie, and some of her cousins. The first two were Woody's brother and sister. Les gave me a three-wheel cart and asked me how I was doing with that, and I said, I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just kind of making sure my chair don't float away. And I can tell it's getting closer because my breath is getting shorter. I really had a hard time talking myself into coming in here and making this. But I've been going to do one for a few days and just I come in and look at my emails and maybe respond to a couple. But other than that, I really don't feel like doing much. When we were at the birthday party, I told Terry, I said, I need to go home. I can't do it anymore. So we come home and we had originally planned on going to the cannabis store and getting me some more medicine. So decided that would be easier to go then. So I come home and got my wallet because when you don't drive or do anything, you don't really need a wallet to say who you are. If they don't believe me, fuck them. So I come home and got my wallet, my ID and stuff. And we went up there. I got a couple of brownies and an ounce of supposed to be pretty good for the body and the mind. Doesn't really put you to sleep, just put you in a nice, relaxed state. And if I wasn't able to use the cannabis and I had to go through this, I imagine it'd be a lot different because I can feel myself sometimes getting uptight and really just. And after I smoked a bowl, and it's not even a piece as big as the size of an eraser on a pencil, I can feel myself calm down and relax, and I can kind of step back and look at it in a different situation and understand it a little bit better. This is pretty much going to be wherever my mind leads me this time. I got here on my wherever my mind leads me this time because this is going to be a lot of rambling. Now I got myself where my mind went blank. When I ask my guides and stuff, don't do that to me. But yes, okay. Back to yesterday, Terry and I had a real nice day. And when we come home, I was sitting in a chair, and I don't even know what was on. I had music playing on the stereo and just a picture on the television, the volume down real low. And she asked me if I could hold her, and I realized that she was crying. So I went over and sat on the couch, and she moved over next to me. We held one another for a little while. We both cried. And then I couldn't breathe, so we couldn't do that anymore. And we separated and sat back down where we were. And I got to go lay down. I'm too tired from all the running around and everything we did yesterday. So I was laying in there, and I was thinking about it. Wow, hey, if you wanted to hold one another, this would be a perfect time to do it. So she came in, and laying down on the bed, we were able to hold one another and laughed about a lot of the stuff we did, cried about a little, had a hell of a lot of fun. We've been together since she turned 16 in June. Our first date was on Halloween night, and this past Halloween was 40 years. So we've been through a lot together. And she's able to hold her own, and she'll do good now, so I'll be able to leave and know that she has a good understanding of things that are going on around her. And I put her in touch with some really great people, and I've asked them to make sure that they stay in touch with her. Yeah, there's a whole lot of a real nice spiritual community out there. That's what I like about being spiritual as opposed to religion, is we're all worshiping the same God. I do it my way, you do it yours. But as long as we're doing things from the heart, we're not doing wrong to anybody or anything. Never did understand why they gave us 10 commandments. If everything you do is done from your heart, how could you go wrong with that? And you've done it out of pure unconditional love. I've screwed up a lot of things in my life. Or no, I can't say that. I drank and did drugs for a lot of years because I felt very guilty about a lot of things I had done. And as I got into the spirituality, well, the motorcycle accidents helped me bring me back from where I was. And then spending time out in the desert alone and doing the prospecting and things, I was able to look at myself with no excuses. It was just me. And these are the things that I have done that I really felt bad about. Okay, so then I had to look at each one of them and why did I do it? What was the reasoning behind what I've done? And in the majority of cases, what I did at the time from my heart was really right. But as I gained more tools, more knowledge, more wisdom, and looked at it, they could have been handled a lot better. But at the time, I didn't have the support to know how whatever I needed to do it. The only thing I knew how to do was turn around and walk away from it. That didn't work very well. I still had to look at what I had done, where I was at. And it's strange, after I did, I was able to release a whole lot because I realized that there was no reason to feel guilt about what I had done or how things had come about, because I always did it with the intent of making things better. And most of the time, hopefully, it was to make things better for someone else. And there's nothing you can do about what you've done in the past. The only thing you can do is look at it, try and learn any lessons that you can from it, and release it. So it's a good idea if you're willing to get into something like that, where you are working with yourself and being honest with yourself. Bullshit on the garbage that you put on for other people. Do it from your heart. Do it for truth, and look at it of why you did it. And when you understand, release it. If you think you understand, release it. Talk to your guides, your angels, and ask them to help you. Mine is, I ask for your help in helping me to release all that is not for the highest and greatest good of my journey. Um, as the time becomes appropriate, let me be aware of the lessons that I learned from what I've been going through. Because I know it's not all going to be relevant right now, but maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, or I meet somebody or I talk to somebody, and all of a sudden something in my mind will pop and click, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, and it'll relate to something that happened to me a long, long time ago. And at the time, it was just an occurrence, and now it turned into a lesson. And we're here to learn a lot of lessons. We're here to teach a lot of lessons. Sometimes you're in a situation and you're working with someone, and they could be a family member, a close friend, somebody you work with. It's somebody that you have to be in contact a lot. And no matter how hard you try, it's not working the way that you know that it should. And you keep on trying, and things just, no matter how hard you try, it just keeps on going in the wrong direction. I've had a few instances like that. And this is Schoolhouse Earth. We're here to learn lessons. And sometimes the lesson that we need to learn is not coming up or being put in the proper perspective. No matter how hard we try, it just keeps on turning into an argument or a war. And that's not what you wanted. You wanted to be able to speak to the person and let them know that you understand and love them. But somehow things just get turned around and it ends up in an argument, or somebody's feelings getting hurt and things like that. I've had an instance like that, and the only thing I could do was during a meditation talk to whoever, God, the creator, my guides, my angels, and tell them that I believe this is one of the lessons that I was supposed to work on. This somehow relates to karma, and it doesn't seem to be working no matter how hard I try. So I ask that we both be released from this contract and be able to work on it later in another life or when we're back home, so that we can understand why things kept on working the way they did. And then I asked to release it, asked to turn it back to the Lord. And even if I did learn whatever lesson was there, that when the time is right, help me realize it and know it. And then I thank Him and continue on with my meditation. To me, meditation is anytime I sit quietly and I go within, or I quiet my mind and I try and go on one track. And sometimes what I see, what I feel, what I know is really very, very strange. Like I've always said, that we weren't going to go, we're going through the change, and I still believe that one day we're just going to wake up to who we truly are. The energy will be coming in, and those that are ready, those who've done the preparatory work, those who have gone inside before, they'll be able to handle it and understand it. The ones that have been blaming everything on God, or telling God He's the greatest because you did this for me in spite of them, my God's the true God, my God's the right God, they're not going to be able to handle this energy and this love, because to them it's going to be completely foreign. And love is one of the neatest energies to work and play with. If you can go into your heart and just have it like a chamber or room that's filled with nothing but this pink, beautiful light, and that's a symbol of your love. Got a cool exercise if you want to try it. I'm going to do it, so if you like, try it. If you don't, well, maybe at a later time you'd like to try. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just allow yourself to relax. I like to do it with music in the background. I like flute music or drums or some kind of chanting, something like that. And just allow yourself to relax. You've done the breaths. So allow your breath to settle in something you're comfortable with. And as you breathe in, think about the energy that you're breathing in. From the energy all around you, everything has been created. So as you draw that energy in, you're drawing in creation energy. It's helping you to create yourself, your world, everything about you. But we forget and don't think about it this way. And we need to change the way we think and start realizing everything we do, every thought we have, causes an action, causes a ripple or a new vibration in a vibration that the universe is carrying. And we step it up sometimes with the thoughts we have. So just draw in that energy with each breath, and it's filling the lungs. It's traveling around through the blood system. It's going into every cell in the body. It's washing the cells, cleaning them, clearing them out. And all that beautiful energy is flowing into your heart center. And it's mixing with your unconditional love and your spiritual being. So you work with that creative energy. But you are right now in a physical form. So you not only need to connect with your spiritual side, you need to connect with your physical side. So see roots growing out of the soles of your feet, down in through the earth to the core. And the roots wrap around the core of the earth. And with each beat of Mother Earth's heart, it's sending her energy up through those roots. And it's vibrating. Pretty soon it gets constant. And it's just a constant flow of her loving, healing energy. And this is flowing all around and in through every cell in the body. It's going all the way to the top of your head, coming back down, and it also is entering your heart center. Now you have the divine energy, mother, father, and child, because you're a child of the spiritual and you're a child of the physical. You have Mother Earth and Father God, and you're their creation. So now you're sending this energy, this love that you have in your heart, and it is enormous, it is immense. And you're sending it into your solar plexus, and from your solar plexus you're sending it out, all through the world, all through the universes. And that energy, that love is touching everything. And when you send love out, love is sent back. So as you have done this, the energy is already coming back from everything in the universe. We are that important. We are that special. We are that being. Daniel says that we're spiritual beings having, don't quote me on this because I don't always get it right. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. We're spiritual beings with direction, dignity, and a mighty purpose. I screwed that all out. I saw him in Sedona a couple weeks ago when we were up there, and Terry and I were talking about that yesterday. And she said she liked the way that Daniel put it. I didn't remember him saying anything about it. And she said, yeah, he said that you're in transition. I thought, yeah, that's a really cool way to put it. I'm not graduating. I'm not returning home. I'm in transition. I'm going from here back home. And who better to know that than him, Dannion Brinkley. He's been dead 3 times. The first time, I think it was for 28.5 minutes. He's a hell of a man, but can make you a little nervous. Because he says by shaking your hand or touching you, he knows everything, knows your life story. And he went through 3 life reviews. He said the first one really sucked. He said, I was really an asshole. So when you meet him now, the first thing he does is grab you and give you a great big hug. Everybody he sees, he does that too. And he says now when he goes back on the other side, he gets all those hugs back. So that's a really cool way to look at it. I've thought about things that I've done in the past and things that's kind of like, yeah, that one really sucked. Yeah, that ain't pretty. Yeah, there's a couple of them I'm going to have to do something about. So, but I don't really feel afraid. I feel bad because I'm leaving Terry. Because right now is when we're supposed to be able to have even more fun than we ever had. We had it live. Now is when we could be traveling, going to sacred sites. We went to Yucatan together, and boy, she really liked that. And I'd really love for her to be able to go to Peru. So Jerry, if you hear this, and Kathy, if you hear this, and you can talk to her and take her with you sometime when you guys go down there. I know she'll have a really great time with you too. Your energies. And thank you guys for being my teachers and my friends. Dannion, the same thing to you. Thank you for being a teacher and a friend. And to your lovely wife, Catherine, also. And Karen. And Sonny and her crew. There's just so many that have helped me along the way. It's easier to talk with my eyes closed because when I open them, they start leaking and stuff, I found out. I'll be sitting in the chair and watching whatever, just daydreaming. And all of a sudden I'll start crying. And it's kind of strange. Well, it's going to be a whole new adventure. I hope to be able to make a couple more of these. Oh, and for everybody that listens to this, if you have a family member that passes, people who were around the least are the ones that are screaming the loudest and trying to cause the most amount of trouble. And I hate to tell them this, no matter what they do, if they got all the money, everything went just as they wanted it, it wouldn't do them any good because you can't fill that hole that is left because you didn't bother to spend time with them or anything else. And all you did was bitch and complain. So enjoy the rest of your life. I will mine. I'm kind of excited about the transition. I've heard Dannion talk about what it was like when he died or graduated. He was just a short timer there. He came back fairly quickly. But I had a few of my hospice patients, and they came back, and Ida, I think, let me feel the love and the energy she was just experiencing over there after she left. And then Vince, he was so impressed. He says he's on the other side helping, continuing what I do here with hospice. So I call him and all my other friends the hospice group. And I ask them to make sure that nobody that I know or anybody that don't let anybody cross alone if you can help it, make sure that they always have somebody there. So I know I'm going to have a cool party on the other side. And I want those that are here to remember that I'm not afraid, I'm not bummed. It's part, nobody's getting out of here alive. So look at it, enjoy the time that you have, hold the ones that you love, cry with them, do whatever you need to do to help yourself feel better. You feel like getting drunk, get drunk on your ass. It ain't going to change nothing. Just don't be an asshole drunk and do stupid shit. Max and I used to get so pissed off. We were both pretty much of the same temperament, but there was a lot of people. As Max used to say, as soon as they mix alcohol and they become bulletproof and invisible. And then they want to start shit and expect you to back them up. Sorry about that, dude. You started this fight. You're going to take care of it, or he's going to take care of you. I'll make sure nobody pulls a gun or nobody else steps in. But as far as things go, this is yours. So we didn't go out with people like that very often. So remember, enjoy your time. Enjoy the ones that you have around you. Don't hold shit in, because that ends up causing problems. If you've got something to say it, but say it with tenderness and compassion. Sometimes I forget that, and what I say comes out just the way I was feeling it, and I didn't get a chance to run it through the filter. A lot of times I think my filter's broke. But you might cause a little bit of a row then, but you'll avoid that bit of something sitting there and just grinding on you, just because it's not the big things that break up a marriage. There's the big things you get pissed off and you yell and scream and talk about it and work it out. It's the little things that aren't important enough to say that will break it up. Terry would get in the mood and I could tell. What's the matter? Nothing. Okay, that means something's wrong. So then I'd start doing something, and I'd make sure that she saw what I was doing. And finally, she'd really get pissed off and start yelling at me for whatever. And I said, okay, now what's really wrong? And then she'd yell at me about whatever it was that was really bugging her. And then we could talk about it, and then things were better. So I guess basically communication. Talk to one another and be as honest as you can. Have compassion for your partner, because what you're about to say or tell her, or to tell your partner, how would you feel if they were telling you? So always reverse positions and talk to one another and look one another in the eye when you talk. It means so much. For all the bullshit that I've done and Terry and I have been through, we've always talked about it. We'd never held any grudges, and we tried never to do anything to put the other one down, because the only reason you're doing something like that is to try and make yourself feel better, and it's not going to work. So go inside and find out why you feel so badly about yourself, and try and work on it. Ask your guides and your angels for help. They're sitting around on their hands, nothing to do. Mine got to do it for about 40, 45 years. Till I realized that, yeah, they are there. They can help me. So I've been working their asses off anymore. Anytime I'm going to do anything, I ask for help. Oh, I guess I've done a lot of rambling. So from my heart to yours, remember, hold the ones you love close to you. In the end, only kindness matters. And let compassion flow from your heart. Have compassion for about everyone. Don't have sorrow or pity for anybody, because both those are low energies. Have compassion for them. Understand how they're feeling and help bring them up to your level. Talk to your guides and ask them to help you never your energy to never drop below the highest it's ever been, and allow it to keep on climbing higher. And you want to be shown how to work on building your energy and opening your heart and connecting truly with those that you know and love. There's some people that you know and love that no matter what you do, it's never going to work. So be able to release them. Um, with what's happened with Woody's passing, there's been some stuff going on, and Terry was having a hard time with it. And I said, pretend it's something you heard on the news and put that much validity into it, because there was never any closeness there before. So what they're saying now, don't let it bother you. Let it be just like a story you heard on the news. And you know the whole story, so you can release it and know how ridiculous it is. You know that they're only doing this because they're hurt. And when they're in pain, they want to try and make sure other people are in pain. And it's never going to fill that void that's there. So make sure you spend time with those that you love. And when they graduate and return home, release them. Don't try and make it into some bunch of big shit where you need to feel important and connected. If you want to be important and connected, where in hell were you the whole time that they were going through whatever they were going through? And I'm coming down off my soapbox, and let me change boxes here. Yeah, okay. Everybody have a great day. Peace. Love. Not sure if I'm going to be able to make another one or not. I'm feeling pretty tired, so good night for now.